Maddie's Funny Farm. I'm Maddie, and this is Randall. Randall helps us out around the funny farm.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the farm. Today, Miss Maddie here is going to be teaching you about some critters called goats. Now, they're crazy critters, always climbing up in trees, jumping on cars, nibbling at me when I'm cleaning their pen. Why
okay,
Randall.
Randall. Sorry, kids. Sometimes he starts talking and
I forget where I'm going or how to get there. I do apologize, Miss Maddie. Anyway, I finished cleaning up after the donkeys, and I was wondering if it would be all right if I called it a day.
Yeah, I think that's great. You should enjoy the rest of your afternoon. We pretty much got it covered around here.
Well, thank you, miss. You all enjoy this episode. It was a pleasure meeting you, and I'll see you again soon.
Oh, Randall, he really is a big help around the farm. Well, back to the goats. These are my 3 goats, and they live here with me on the funny farm. And their names are Dale, Pablo, and Carl. And they're all about 8 months old, which means they're technically still babies. And the other thing that you'll notice about them is that they're a little bit smaller than a regular goat. And that's because they're Nigerian dwarf goats. It's a different kind of breed. But they're still goats, and they're still very cute. The first fun fact that we're going to learn about today, I've got 5 of them. Fun fact number 1 is that goats, as you can tell, are super, super friendly. But they're very social with each other, and they're very social with humans and other animals too. And that's one of the reasons that people really like to have them as pets. They're cute, but they're friendly. So if you have a goat, you should really have more than one so that they can have a friend. And you'll see that throughout the video. They kind of follow me wherever I want to go. I let them out of their enclosure during the day, and they work on all the projects with me, and they even try to come in my house. Oop, he got me. So they're very friendly, and they do like to nibble clothes. Thanks, Carl. Fun fact number 2, goats are excellent climbers. Goats will climb on pretty much anything. They climb in and out of this tree all day long. Mostly this big branch right here they really like. Let's see if they'll follow me up. Come on, guys. There we go. So I jokingly say that I have tree goats because they climb in the tree all day long. And you'll see Carl here likes to look for the leaves at the very top. Good job, guys. Here's Pablo. Hi, Pablo. Are you showing off your climbing skills? So goats will climb on things that even you don't want them to climb on, like cars, or they'll go in my house and climb up my stairs. I'll show you something else they like to climb on. It's on the other side of their pen. Come on, guys. So, you'll notice that we have this big wooden spool in here, and this is one other object that they really like to climb on. When you have goats, it's really important to have different objects that they can climb and play on, because it's part of the way that they get exercise, and they also think it's really fun. Come on, misters. They're like, no. Let's see if I can entice them with some peanuts. Aha! One game that they love to play on top of the wooden spool is King of the Mountain. So that all 3 get up here and then they take turns shoving each other off. There we go. Good job, Pablo. So let's talk about fun fact number 3. Fun fact number 3 is that goats sneeze. And I know that sounds silly, but they don't sneeze just because they have to sneeze. They sneeze to communicate with each other that there's danger in the area. So if one goat, because they live in a herd usually, sees something dangerous, they'll sneeze, and then everybody's alerted that they need to be aware of their surroundings. Maybe there's a predator or just something that they think is really, really scary. So they'll sneeze to each other to let each other know that they should have a heads up. Ooh, do we get it? Cool. Now, the other thing as far as their communication is goats really like to bleat at each other. So this is where you hear somebody say, "What does a goat say?" And we all say, "Nah." Well, the reason that we do that is because it's called a bleat, B-L-E-A-T. And you'll hear them do that as we're in here hanging out with them. They bleat at each other to tell each other to move or just to talk to each other in general. Okay, fun fact number 4 is all about what they like to eat and how they like to eat. So goats, people will often say, will eat anything. But actually, goats are really picky eaters. So if their food's not clean, they're not gonna eat it. If I put out hay and it kind of gets trampled with the chickens or even by themselves, they're not gonna eat it. And that's part of the reason you saw Carl climb way up in that tree and he eats leaves out of the topmost branches. So goats will eat lots of different things like alfalfa pellets, peanuts, hay, and then they also will just walk around the farm and clean up and eat leaves and different kinds of weeds, which is really awesome. So that's kind of their job here on our farm, is to keep the place tidy. Fun fact number 5 is that goats actually have 4 stomachs. So kind of like a cow, which is kind of crazy because they have such little bodies, but they really do have 4 stomachs. And the first stomach is called a rumen, R-U-M-E-N. The reason that's important is because goats burp all the time. And you might hear them do that today. And the reason they do that is because their food starts to ferment in their stomach, in that first stomach called the rumen, and it produces gas, which comes up in the form of a burp. So they're not trying to be impolite, they're just digesting their food. So fun fact number 5, goats burp a lot, but it's because they have 4 stomachs. Well, that's all for this video. Thanks for learning all about goats with me. If you like it, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll be telling you all about other animals that live here too, and we'll go visit other places. But that's all for today. And remember, if a goat burps in your face, he's not being rude, he's just digesting his food.